Hello and welcome in. I'm MissKinghorn and we are back here in The Sims 4 and we are building another apartment. Today we are working on 1313 21 Chic Street. Random numbers, I didn't name it. I don't know why. But it's here in the fashion district of San Myshuno, and we are going to be converting this into a nice one bedroom, one bathroom place in here for a single guy, essentially. We're going to do a nice little bachelor apartment in here using mostly the new kits, or trying out the new kits and seeing how they all work with the other packs and what we can create with them in here. Now, for this I was scrolling through a lot of my Pinterest boards and, as one does, trying to find some inspiration for this apartment, and what I keep coming across was like a really nice dark kind of wooden kind of colouring system or colour scheme for this build, and so that's what I'm trying to work out here and trying to get in what I kind of want to see in here using a lot of sort of the pieces, especially this new wallpaper. It looks gorgeous. It's like the nice wood texture on here. Now this changes, and you're probably wondering from the thumbnail, yeah, we changed completely the colour scheme of this build. It has many different transformations. I have to be fair. I struggled. It just was not feeling right to me as we were kind of going through with it. So yeah, there's that. But you're going to see that in just a minute in here. So this is a kind of a kitchen. There's not so much of a dining room, but a sort of living room. We have this little bar kind of counter space on here, and I put a couple of bar stools on here just to make a nice sort of dining kind of area, I guess. The apartment is not that big, so in the end it kind of made sense not to have a dining room. I needed more counter space, so I ended up basically losing the dining table to add in this kind of counter in here, and I thought a nice little sink on there would be a really nice little touch, and then obviously with some seating and things like that. So at this point I was hoping to kind of get in a dining room, or at least a dining table. It didn't really work out quite that well, I've got to be honest, but yeah. So you can sort of see I'm now placing in a lot of the clutter. There's not that much clutter, I have to be honest. It's really just this little corner just up here. I kind of wanted it to be very kind of minimalistic and very simple in terms of sort of the cluttering and what we do with this place. I didn't want it to be over the top, and I think stripping it all down to like the bare necessities in here actually really worked for this apartment. So anyone who knows me knows I can spend literally hours decorating a kitchen up. This whole build in total took just under an hour, and then I literally have just let this roll. I think I've done maybe like 3 or 4 cuts in here, and that's usually because I was distracted by something else going on around me, and I'd taken a mini break. Not necessarily I've cut the video so much as I just stopped building for a second in here. But now we are working on this sort of living area on this section here. Now this is where a lot of the new stuff comes in from. So we've got this huge big TV. This TV is way too big for this apartment, I have to be honest, but I really wanted to get it in here. And also this new sort of cabinet unit. It looks absolutely gorgeous, and yeah, it looks kind of like it has actual cupboards with like doors on the front of it, and then some shelving in the middle. So yeah, amazing, gorgeous, love. The new kits are actually really, really good. So I think probably the last like 4, possibly 5 kits, sort of build kits anyway, I've actually really enjoyed and really like building with as well. They all kind of work quite well together, I have to be fair. And then kind of, I think because they're now like creator kits and they're actually done by people who play the game, whether they be CC creators or whether they've just teamed up with like a builder or something, they understand what we really want, and I think that is perfect because it gives us what we want a little bit more, rather than the team kind of coming up with an idea all by themselves and it not really working, like some of the first original kits that we had in here. But you can sort of see we have changed the colour of this. So as I say, originally we started off with this dark kind of wooden colouring, and now we have gone to this really light soft wood kind of colouring, and I think it actually works really, really well in here. And yeah, now we are gonna get in to kind of the living room properly, now that we have got all of the colours sorted, and yeah, putting in a few of the new sort of sculptures and sort of random clutter pieces. These are gorgeous. I love how this all works in here as well. And yeah, lots of kind of statement pieces. I think that's kind of something that I really wanted to get through into this build, is lots of the little kind of statements here. Just maybe 1 or 2 items, but it makes sense and it kind of looks really good, which I think is always a good thing in there. So with this living room, I kind of wanted to mix the kits together, and I thought that kind of works in here. So a lot of the items kind of are a combination of lots of different packs. Actually, having a look at it, there's quite a few in here. But yeah, so we're just changing out the doors. I ended up going for a white version in here, and then a nice little entrance hall sort of nook just over this side. I wasn't really sure what to do, but I quite like this piece. I feel like it maybe doesn't quite fit. It's a little bit more ornate, but it is definitely something I am going to use. I could see this going into a lot of kind of the builds I do in here as well. And then this mirror idea, I actually saw on one of the Pinterest images that I was saying about earlier, the kind of staggered mirrors. It looks really stylish and very elegant, and yet it's so simple to do. Obviously they may not all work. I didn't actually playtest all 3 of these. There are other mirrors for the build, so I wasn't really interested in playtesting like everything. If you can sit in one chair, if you can use one mirror, I'm kind of okay with them just being a decorative item rather than a fully functional item. I throw it in there. Maybe that's the wrong idea. Right? Let me know in the chat down below what you think. Talking and let me know what you think. How are you all liking the new Sims 1 and 2 that has just come out? Personally, I don't remember them from when I was a kid. So I know for a fact I got The Sims 2 and Apartment something, whatever it was called, as a birthday present from my brother. And that's basically what started me off in The Sims. But, funny story, my computer was like a 3rd generation hand-me-down, very old, very basic, very, very basic. And it couldn't actually run the game. So for my brother having bought me the 2 packs, or the 2 games, for my birthday, about 6 weeks later, for Christmas, he ended up getting me all of the upgrade parts to fix my computer, to make it all work in there. So yeah, that's basically how I started. And then obviously being a kid like that, it was very much a case of getting a pack for my birthday, for Christmas, maybe one at the end of like the school year, that kind of thing. So I didn't have all of The Sims 2, I didn't have all of The Sims 3 either. It was only really when I was kind of at college and university, where I had my own money and I could spend it on whatever I liked, that I could really then get all of The Sims sort of 4 packs and things like that I wanted, and things like that. So it's only really been in the last few, well, it's over a decade now, that I've really been able to actually get them myself. And I feel like that's probably very typical for a lot of sort of kids and growing up with the game in here. But what do you think? Personally, I'm not interested in playing them. I feel like for me, once I've got like the latest version. I don't tend to go back to like the previous generation. It's kind of like playing an old kind of version of it, and it doesn't really do anything for me. It doesn't incite me or anything like that. So I know a lot of you are happy, and feel free, build. I'm liking some of your builds and gameplay and things like that, but for me it's not something I am interested in, and obviously I know a lot of people are doing videos and stuff like that, so that's all super cool. You're not going to find any of that content here. It's simply just not what I'm interested in building or playing with right at this very moment in time. But yeah, that's kind of my take on them. I'm very much excited for obviously these new kits, the kind of obviously we're getting a whole new season coming, the Motherload season. I don't know what that's gonna bring. I'm hoping old school, sort of old time money, kind of very much in that theme, because that's just who I am as a person. I love history, I love building, I love architecture, so those kind of things all mixed together. But I don't know in there what we've got coming up, so looking forward to that. And then obviously we have the 25-hour live stream coming soon as well. That's on the 4th, not too long ago. So yeah, looking forward to all of that kind of content and what we come up with as well. But we are coming up to the end of this build. We're into the bathroom. I'm showing you a bathroom. I felt like with this apartment, because it was so small, that I could really get away with it. So as I say, I have added in a new window in here because it's a new room. I felt like it needed a window in here, and so I decided just to copy one over from the bedroom and place that in here as well. I spent so long trying to find that item. You know, like when you know what you want but you just can't find it. I was going round and round in circles, and yeah, I found it in the end. In here, I just wanted a really nice kind of modern glass screen in here, because I could have put a bath in, and I did look at putting one in, but with a shower over the top, it just didn't really feel right for this kind of build. So I thought a nice kind of wet room kind of look in here as well. But you can download this build right now off of the gallery. So the ID will be what is up in the top left hand corner, but all of that is all written down in the description as well, with my EA ID, which is just MissKinghorn. You can also follow me on pretty much all social medias. The link tree for those is down below as well. But, and probably more importantly, you can subscribe to me here on YouTube and make sure you ring that bell and you'll never miss a video. And yeah, I will be back next Tuesday with a brand new build in Planet Zoo. But until then, have fun, and I will see you very, very soon. Alright, bye everyone!